So yesterday I started talking about what I have learned in the last year and a half or so about stockpiling. Going to talk more about that in a minute. This is Jan from New York City. I live here and I love it, believe it or not. How's everybody doing today? And I also love to help people keep some more of their hard earned money. How you doing today? Listen, yesterday we spoke about stockpiling and what I have learned thus far in the year and a half that I've been doing it more conscientiously. I'll tell you one thing, you really do. There is a transition period from like thinking about it and actually doing it, and then remaining like consistently conscientious about doing it. It's not hard at all. It's about being consistent. That's definitely one thing that consistent working on it will be very, very helpful. What do I mean by consistently working on it? If you could remember every single grocery haul, I don't care if it's one extra can, I don't care if it's two extra cans, as long as it is something that can go away to your stockpile, you will be succeeding. Okay. Now, this is really important, and I did learn this lesson. You have to rotate your groceries because the first things in should be the first things out. Now, I had an incident with a particular corn muffin mix about a year back, and the expiration date was like 4 months, like to the time. I was 4 months ahead of time. I still had 4 months to go. And yet, when I opened up the box, I was shocked when I poured the box into a bowl to proceed to make corn muffins that I saw little things like wiggling in there. I was like, what? I even made a video about that last year. It was really shocking. And I'm like, but wait a minute, I'm within my timeline. But what I didn't know then is that with items like that, it's a really good idea to put it either in the refrigerator or the freezer first. I have to double check on that, but put it in a cold place for one day, and that prevents any problems. That particular product, I had never in my lifetime ever had a problem with. I've used it for years and years and years, never had a problem. I have no idea. However, a couple of people I have spoken to have had a problem with this popular product. So be mindful of when you're working with certain bakery goods that you follow certain rules like that. But rotating your groceries is very important. So again, the first things in should be the first things out. All right. Now, keeping stock, keeping inventory. Well, you might decide, well, maybe I should get a notebook and write down stuff that's missing, this, that, and that's totally fine. If you're okay with it, that's totally fine. But some people, and it's not a bad idea, this other version either, is to keep a simple at a glance inventory. I'll tell you what's really essential. Keeping things within groups, canned goods within canned goods, box goods within box goods, boxed items like pasta, for example, um, cookies with cookies. Try to keep things as categorized as possible, and everything is just so much easier because you're looking at it at a glance. Let's just imagine a grocery store, for example. When you go down the grocery store aisles, do you see everything mishmash all into one shelf, all different things? No. In general, the store management makes sure that groups of things are always together. For example, let's say canned broth. Canned broth is in one section, as opposed to, let's say, bouillon cubes. Bouillon cubes are in another section, maybe in the same aisle, but they're all in groups. So try to keep things as categorized and as in groups as possible. If you keep a mishmash of things, it's going to be horrible trying to keep an inventory of it. Sometimes people don't like to write things down, but if something is missing and starts getting little quote end of quote holes in the products that you're looking for, then you know right away. But if you took out, let's say you took out 2 cans of soup, then replace it with 2 cans of soup the next grocery haul. You may want to write that on a running grocery list. And by the way, in general in life, before you go to the grocery store, it always, always, always really, really pays to plan ahead. So you might just jot that down, even on your phone. Oh, I need to replace 2 cans of soup. I'm just using that as an example. So by the time that you're making out your grocery list, whether your groceries are shopped for online or in person, you already know that you need to replace those 2 cans of soup, for example. If you keep those running lists going, it's not going to feel overwhelmed. It's not going to feel like, oh my gosh, how am I going to keep track of it? It's better to be ahead of the game. It really, really works. So don't forget, no mishmashing and keeping a running record of stuff that you remove from your inventory. I find this for myself very, very helpful. Next, again, I can't emphasize this enough. If you can find deals on things that you always use, your family loves to use them, you use them. It's not just your imagination, you are using them. You get the deal, and not only do you get one, but you get more than one. If you could get two extra of that deal, those two extra can go into your stockpile. All right, I've learned a lot more and I can go over a lot more in future videos. Thank you so much for being here. And by the way, if any one of you found value in this video or any of my videos, I really do appreciate what? That you smash down the like button. By the way, sharing doesn't hurt either. I really appreciate that as well. Hang on a second. That was just a little gentle reminder. Thanks so much, everyone, for being here. And I really do appreciate who? Every single one of you. Have an amazing, fantastic day. Take good care now. Bye bye.